Okay, so I've recently gotten back into collecting the Pokemon one, like the original 151 Pokemon. Um, there's been a lot of talk on the internet about like the sudden influx of Pokemon card collectors, and I am fortunately or unfortunately one of them. Although I did not contribute to the new prismatic evolution um, thingamabob because yeah, I'm not really that much into Eevee. Anyways, yeah, there's been a lot of talk about the wave of sudden Pokemon card collectors. I think it's probably because of Pokemon Pocket, which is definitely why I got into it. So yeah, I just want to show my collection because today I recently got two new editions, and I think I'm finally like this binder is sort of complete. I'm sure there will be more stuff for me to collect, but for now, this is my collection and I just want to share it with everyone. So yeah, so for my first page, I put all of the starters and I tried to do everything in the Pokedex order. Um, yeah, I mainly collected in Chinese and in Japanese because I'm in Hong Kong and it's just so much easier and cheaper to get these languages for the cards. So yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna go through my binder and talk about it. If this is not your thing, that's cool. If you're into investment, then like the Pokemon investment side of things, this video is gonna be very boring for you. All right, so yeah, this is my pride and joy. Originally, I thought it was super cool. So I was into Pocket for a while, and I didn't um really think I want to go into card collecting until I saw this Blastoise at a card store in a shelf, and it just looked so amazing. I know the Charizard is the one that people talk about a lot, but I think this Blastoise is really the one. You can sort of see that bubble look here, and I thought it's so good. I don't know why it's not so like the most expensive card in the set, but it's definitely my favorite. I took a look at it. I saw it in the light. It was in the shelf with like this display lighting, and I was like, oh my god, it looks so good. So I decided I really wanted this card. And at the shop, they also had the sequential, the Squirtle and the War Turtle, which I also thought was so beautiful. And I decided I was gonna pick that up. And then I also picked up the Venusaur on that day. I think the Venusaur card also looks really good. Um, like out of the three starter and the frontal evolutions, I actually think like the Blastoise and the Venusaur is actually my favorite. The texture of both of these cards, the Venusaur card especially, the texture is just amazing. Um, yeah, I love it so much. But I think it's actually the cheapest of the three starters. And then of course the Charizard here. I had a lot of trouble finding this because it was pretty expensive by the time I found it. I think like I saw listings on Carousel, like the Craigslist of Asia or Hong Kong. Um, um, I think I saw it for like 800 or 900, and then the prices kept on bumping up to 1,000, and I didn't want to do that. But then, even when I was willing to pay 1,000, I wasn't able to find it anymore for when so I got all three of these, and all three of these, so I was like, okay, I really need a Bloody Charmander, the Charmander line, because I was like, I I thought, okay, I just need these 9 cards. Of course, I got a lot more cards afterwards, so that didn't last. But yeah, I really wanted these 9 cards. So the Charizard, it got pretty expensive all of a sudden when I was looking, and I remember there was a guy that was willing to sell it for like the entire line for 1,100 Hong Kong dollars. Yeah, and I was like, okay, can you do 1080? And he was like, fine. And because for me it was a pretty big purchase, I was like, can I meet up, meet you at the subway to do the actual trading so I can like look at the card and the condition. And it was like, okay. So I was gonna meet the guy that night. But then he was like, oh, actually someone is willing to do it without me with the meetup. So yeah, he sort of he didn't ghost me exactly. He did give me an explanation, but he did say, oh, I'm gonna go for someone else. And sell it to someone else. So then I got really desperate, and then I found this one for 700 Hong Kong dollars. And it's actually because you can't really see here, which is great, but it actually has a little bit of damage. If you look at it real close, there's actually like a little line over here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me grab it. My hands are a bit sweaty, so I'll be pulling tissue. Yeah, I don't want to take it out of the plastic, but it does have a little scar in the middle here. But again, totally not viewable unless you're really looking for it. And since I am putting it in the binder anyways, not really thinking of grading it or anything, I'm totally fine with it. But yeah, my pride and joy. Originally, I was thinking I just wanted these 9 cards, and then obviously I was like, maybe I'll get like the whole 151 set. You know, I grew up playing Pokemon Blue, and yeah, unsurprisingly, I chose Squirtle as my starter usually. So Blastoise is a favorite, and I saw these cards. I bought one box of the 151. So some of these I pulled. And then the others I bought because the box is here now. The Japanese booster box is also really, really expensive. All right, going to the second page. So mostly it's going to be following the Pokedex order just because. And then, yeah, I'm going to go through it. So the AR, the Caterpie AR, I think is also super nice. I think all the AR cards were really nice. I was really influenced by the Dragonair AR at first. Dragonair is one of my favorite Pokemon. I thought it was like the art was super nice. So I got the AR as a set. But yeah, so we got the Butterfree line, the Weedle line, Beedrill line. I pulled all 3 of these, and I pulled this one. I don't think I pulled the Weedle, and I didn't pull the Caterpie. I bought that. But yeah, and then we've got the Rattata and the Raticate. Yeah. I find it amazing how after so many years, I still remember a lot of the Pokemon names, like off the top of my head, which is why I only wanted the original Kanto Pokemon. Again, I think there's like a lot of flack about like in some of on Reddit how people say like Kanto Pokemon gets a lot of the like a lot of bias, like they get spotlight, and yeah, it's because of old people like me that really only know the Kanto Pokemon. So yeah, I actually really like Rattata and Raticate. The illustrator, I didn't realize that until I started collecting more cards, but the illustrator for for these 2 cards is called, I think, Sao Sao or So, and I think it's her style is like this nice like pencil crayon look. I just love it. It's so soft, it's so cute. Yeah, I really like it. So you'll see a lot of like these full art / AR cards around because again, my original thought was like, okay, why don't I see if I can collect as many of these AR cards as I can so that it's like all sort of the day in life. Because I was really inspired by these cards and I was like, wow, like, you know, these cards look so great. And it looks like, you know, they're in a day in the life. This is how the Pokemon will look like. I changed my thought though. I think like some of the arts in these normal / half cards, they look so good, even better than I would say some of the full arts. So that's one of the things I'm thinking about in my collection. For example, I like this one. I like this Pikachu, and I like this Pikachu. I do like this Raichu, but I don't know, like the Sleeping Raichu. Like I took a look at the Dex app and I thought like there might be some nicer arts around. So I mean, I'll think about it, but yeah. And also I got the Pidgey and Pidgeotto AR, but I just like actually the softer style more. I think it looks really nice, so I decided to get these 2. Plus I only have the Pidgeot in this normal card. I don't have the SAR, so I didn't want to break the sequence. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I'm really excited about this. I've been talking like my friend's ears off already for like days, and I just need to share it on the internet. I'm really happy. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so Sandshrew, Sandslash. I remember always catching Sandshrew during my games with in the original Pokemon Blue, so I really like it. Yeah, and then the Nidoran line. Put Nidoking here. Just because like I wanted to keep to like the 3x3 look. I definitely, you might see a repeat Pokemon here or there, like Pikachu's here or there. Yeah. Um, okay. And then next we have the Clefairy, Clefable line. So you're gonna see like it's really the original 151 plus a bit because I again wanted to keep it at 3 to 3, and also there's like some cute I like baby Pokemons. I do know like so it's like the original 151 plus like their related bits and bobs in order to sort of fit the layout. This is actually one of my favorite pages. I really like this card, this Cleffa here. I think it's so nice. And the illustrator, his name is Hyogonosuke, I think. He has a few other cards that I also really like. I like how like lonely slash like beautiful, like you get a sense of the scope of things with his cards. I think he also made a Jinx one, so we're gonna take a look at that later, but really like it. I think these two are super cute. I really like Vulpix and Ninetales. I remember being a kid and I really wanted the original Ninetales card, but it was too expensive. So when I saw this AR, I thought it was just amazing, and I love how it's like Ninetales is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I love how this card just sits like it looks like it's so nice. It's just a normal AR, like not an SAR, but like it's like the under the light, it looks like sunlight coming through the trees, which is so nice, and I like that it sits smack dab in the middle of the page. I think this is the only full art, like the body in the card. I think this is the only full art card I have, and this is actually shiny Wigglytuff. I found out. I might get another Wigglytuff here. There's like a vintage-y card or older card that I really like the art of. But for now I like it. It's like a little bit of a what do you call it? Variety. Yeah, and then the Golbat. I like this page as well because like I have a lot of common cards, but I also have like some Pokeball versions of things. And I think you can't really see it here, but I think it's a nice mix. You got the full body, full art. You got the ARs, you got the white cards, you got the shiny Pokeballs. So yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't super expensive, and I think the variety is super nice. And I think this is the page that convinced me like, oh, like I actually don't want everything to be just AR. I want there to be like a nice mix of things. Yeah, I'm sorry, going pretty slow. Yeah, and then so continuing on, this is the Oddish to Vileplume line. I actually pulled the Gloom in the 151 set, but I like the AR. I think the Gloom AR fits in really well here. I also think the art just looks really nice. I haven't actually taken a look at who Masako Tomi, I think Tomi. Anyways, I think this art looks really nice. So I don't mind that it breaks the art sequence. Yeah, and then I got the Paris and Parasect. This was actually pretty expensive. I found it later in in a store in one of those consignment binders, in the English version for cheaper, but it's fine. I think they only released this in Japanese in the God Pack of one of the sets, so that's probably why. And then yeah, and again I was collecting all the ARs, so that's why this is the different version of the Doug Trio, but it's fine. Apparently this is based off a band. I don't know, I have no idea. This following, so Meowth Persian. I was like a little tempted to get the Meowth Permo, but I decided in going with like what I said earlier, having the mix of the half card or normal card and the AR full art card, this is so confusing, was nice. So and then I pulled this Psyduck, so I didn't want to like replace it, so yeah, I wanted both the Psyduck. I thought these two looked nice. I could do it without the Psyduck and then like maybe move this over. I don't like it so much when the two ARs are together. I think it's very chunky, but when it's broken up in between, I think it's quite nice. Like with something in between like this, like two half cards with one full card, if I can call it that. But yeah, so if I wanted to get the Meowth promo, which is a little expensive, then I would probably remove that and then shift everything over one and put the promo here. Mankey line, and then the Growlithe line. I know this is not the original Growlithe. I think this is the Hisuian Growlithe, but I, again, just like the full art. And for these two, Growlithe and Arcanine are actually one of my favorite Pokemons as well. So, you know, my girlfriend actually said, like, oh, you really like the Pokemons that are like the the animals, and it's true. I do like Vileplume, which I don't think it looks like animal I know, any animal that I know, but I do tend to really like the Pokemon that looks like animal. I don't know, whatever. Okay, anyways, I like these two. Wasn't super expensive in terms of their art. Again, I think this was $10 or $15 Hong Kong dollars, and this was $10 plus shipping, so I thought it was super nice. I just like them. Yeah. And then I like these two pages, or this spread as well, because like these evolutions are all in threes. This one I sort of cheated and put like I don't know what the heck this is. Apparently it's not a variation of this, but it looks so similar. I was like, okay, well, you will be my Toad's. I don't know what it is, but yeah. But yeah, going on. I thought this was super nice. The Poliwhirl was super nice. When I again saw it online. It just has that like super nice vibe to it with like the raininess in the city. It looks nice, I'll say, but I think I'm not disappointed for sure. I like it a lot, but you know, the original Poliwhirl looks really nice too, and I have some of the original stuff over here, so you can see the original Poliwhirl looks really nice, like the same art style, which would be nice, but again, I sort of like the break in things, so too many half cards don't look so great to me. So yeah, and I really like this AR art anyway, so yeah. So I got the Abra. I think, yeah, my girlfriend gave this to me. She pulled it. She also pulled this, and I got this for $5. This is a lie. She actually pulled a Kadabra, but I didn't know, and I got this one, and this one is from Terrestrial Festival, and it's got the Pokeball. I like it so much. I actually really like the Pokeball design from the Terrestrial Festival or the Master Ball, because like the texture of the card, I'm playing with the light here, it makes it look so nice, and also Kadabra has a little bit of texture, it pops out, so really great. I like it a lot. Yeah. Originally, I was thinking about getting the SAR for Alakazam from the 151, but not only is it like a little bit expensive, I also really like the art of this Alakazam. I don't even know where it came from. But, you know, Abra's looking here, Kadabra's looking here, and then Alakazam's looking here. It looks like he's turning in this side, and I thought it was like a really nice effect, so I think I'm just gonna keep to this EX card. Yeah, and then similarly, I think this Machop and Machamp, like they're facing at different directions, which is super nice. And then you got like this little very cute Machoke day in the life, like helping people move. Here, I really like this Machoke card actually. I didn't, you know, when you see the cards online versus when you see them in real life, like they have a slightly different effect. For example, online, I would say I definitely really resonated with this art more than this art. But in real life, I think like the art looks so nice. Like, I don't know, it's like the pencil crayon vibe. Yeah, so I like it a lot actually. Yeah, moving on. So there's the Bellsprout to Victory Bell. I really like the art here again as well. I don't think I pulled the Victory Bell, so I got it from a card shop, I think for maybe like $5 or $10. It's got the Pokeball. It's nice. Yeah, so I like the sequential, and then I like this as well. I wanted something in between here. I was thinking to myself, like, I know this is a 2 evolution, like the basic and the 1 evolution line, I should say. But I wanted something in between to break it. Otherwise, in this entire page would be very like half cardy, which I don't like. And I think this was actually very perfect. Even though it's not Tentacruel in another format. I thought it was like some Hisuian version or whatever, but it's not. It's a totally different Pokemon. Surprise. Yeah, and then we've got the Geodude line. So I like what the 151 artist did here with like, or what they generally did. I don't know, something about like how they're looking in different, like a sort of cool direction. So you can see Geodude's looking on this side, and then Graveler's this side, and then Golem this side again, and they're all illustrated by Uta, I don't know. But yeah, and obviously the artist was, you know, thinking about this, and it looks really nice. So yeah. Okay. So moving on, I actually got the 151 Ponytails, but then I found this yesterday or the day before sometime, I think yesterday, yeah, in a card shop again, and I was learning to play the Pokemon trading card game because I need to, I don't know, I'm really into Pokemon at the moment, and I saw these for $2, Hong Kong dollars, and I picked them up because it looks so nice. I actually, you know, when I got the 151 Ponytails, I can actually show them in the back here. I thought this was a pretty weird posture, to be honest. This Rapidash was okay. Again, Ponytail Rapidash is one of my favorite animals. Again, sorry, Pokemons. Again, my girlfriend's gonna be like, oh, it's because they look like horses. Maybe, I don't know, but something about like a fucking horse with fiery mane is cool. So yeah, I mean, I got these reverse hollows for $1 each, Hong Kong dollar, $1. Like, I don't even know. Anyways, this art is so nice. It's probably, you know, a common, I don't know how reverse hollow works, if they're not common, I don't know. But it looks so nice. Like, it's like the light coming through your trees. I love stuff like that. Sort of like with the Ninetales. The Ninetales AR that I was showing earlier. And I thought this Rapidash running through the field is also super nice. I'm going to pull it out for a second here. Yeah, so it looks really nice. Okay, let me, camera. Yeah, right? Yeah. So, yeah, pulled these from the 151. I know there's Slowking as well, but the problem with these binders is that if you put one in, like an extra card in, everything has to shuffle forward. So like at this point, I'm just really careful, or I really have to consider, you know, what I want to put in. Not that I'm not willing to do the work, because, you know, I'm having a lot of fun right now. But I decided, you know, these two Slowpokes, I really like the art. They're obviously drawn by the same artist. Again, in this very cute, like, cute style. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is easier for you guys to see. You probably have seen it elsewhere though. I mean, this is a common card, right? So, but it's so nice. I think the one thing about collecting Pokemon cards, if you're not thinking about the value or whatever, because so many videos that I see is like about ripping, which is so exciting. I watch so many of those, and like investment. Like if you're not thinking about investing, then you can just really enjoy them for the art. And like it's so cute. Like Slowpoke and Slowbro is actually not one of my favorite Pokemon, but the art for the 151, I think they look so nice. Like if you put them side by side, like don't they just look so cute? Anyways, yeah, Slowpoke people lovers don't hate me, you know. You know. Okay. Yeah, pulled this today actually. I caved and I got an Obsidian Flames booster pack because I just wanted to pull something, to be honest. So yeah, I actually really like this Magnemite. Again, it's a reverse hollow. I like that it's more of a hand-drawn feel compared to the original 151. Because the Magneton I got, this one, is the Shinji Kanda illustrated version. And even before I got into like researching about the Pokemon illustrators, I really like this Magneton. I couldn't tell you why. I actually pulled the 151 Magnemite and Magneton, but I saw this like in the card shop. Okay, they're not all the same card shops. If you ever come to Hong Kong or you're from Hong Kong, you'll know that there was a couple of places to go shopping for cards. If you go on Reddit, I think there's this one top post that tells you to go to Shamshipo. I personally went to Shamshipo once and I wasn't impressed. I think Mongkok and Kuntong has a lot of good ones. Anyways, you can search around. But anyways, main point is when I saw these, in those places, like Inns Point and Yamate, I think is a really good one. And there's a lot of these things called like box shops in Hong Kong where people rent like these boxes and then they'll put their goods in it and then with a it's basically consignment with like a box shop, and they'll rent a box to put their stuff in it. And so when I saw this in one of those boxes, I really like this. I really like this card. When I got it, I don't think it was super expensive. I think that it's a Chinese version here. I think the Japanese version, and I know the English version, is more expensive. But yeah, I later found out that this guy has like drawn a lot of like fan favorites, including the Magikarp and I think the Giratina. I really like both of them as well. And I know he's done a couple of commons as well. Anyways, I'm nerding out too much about the illustrators. Again, I don't promise this to be a super short video. So, okay. Yeah, I really like this Magneton, to say the least. My girlfriend actually gave me something, I forgot. I can't find it. It's the Magnezone, I think. But I, again, didn't want to shuffle everything. This isn't within the first 151. I'm fine. I'm fine with this. I did have the original Magnemite as well. But it's like in this sort of 3D look, which I decided didn't look as good as this one, in my humble opinion. So I have this one. I pulled this one. But yeah, I decided I'm gonna put this reverse holo in. I think it looks quite nice, actually. More dynamic. Okay, yeah, Farfetch. Doduo is actually my Master Ball from the Japanese booster box, which I was a little sad about. To be honest, I didn't even know that every box had a Master Ball until I saw it on a YouTube, like a Japanese booster box. And so I double checked my cards, and I realized it was a Doduo. But it really shows you like how little I cared about Doduo, because I was like, oh, it's a Doduo with a Pokeball. Okay, cool. Next. But no, it had a Master Ball. But yeah, okay, cool. Who would use a Master Ball in Doduo? I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyways, it's fine. Yeah, the Dodrio. I think this is the Dodrio with a Pokeball. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of these, but cool. It's fine. I really like Sealing Dugong. Cool. So cool. And then Grimer Muck here. Sheldon Glister. I had to buy this one, so I got the Pokeball version. And then I got these two as well. I think this is in Japanese and this is in Chinese, because again, it's the cheapest way to get this. And I really like this Gengar AR. Mainly, again, because originally I thought I was going to get all ARs. But it's got the whole family, the whole set. It's got Haunter and Gengar in this as well. I just think it's really nice art. Let me see. Okay, here we are. Yeah, it's nice. Plus, I like the hand-drawn illustrated look. Yeah. So I got the Haunter. I didn't pull that, I think, from the original. I got this for like $1 or $2. Again, Hong Kong dollars. So here's the line. But I think the original 151, like this version of Haunter, and I have Ghastly and Gengar in the back. This hand-drawn illustrated version actually looks really nice. But I decided, I don't know, I'll think about it, but I think these two look really nice as well. I obviously really like this full art. I know the Gengar VMAX is the one I think that's really expensive, but I think this Gengar, like, hanging out, I think with some villains, roasting stuff like a fire, like barbecuing, is super cute. And so Gengar has always been sort of a scary Pokemon to me. I know it is a super huge fan favorite, but to be honest, Gengar scares me a little bit. Look at this, like, this is like evil eyes, my friend, like in a huge mouth that could swallow you. But okay, it's a lot of people's favorite Pokemon. Cool. What do I know? Okay, next. Onyx here. Again, I actually couldn't pull a single copy in a booster box. It just goes to show, like, luck is weird. And then I got the Steelix as well, because I really like this AR. I thought, first of all, I was thinking about how I could do this page. because you know I had some cards, I didn't have some cards. Steelix was a later edition, and I really like it. I like it's sort of like Machoke in a way. I like that the Steelix is helping people like with construction. I think it's like so cute. Like I would never call Steelix a cute Pokemon, but Pokemon and humans working together, I think is like such a nice. You know, the Pokemon world is all about that, right? Like friends, friendly Pokemon world. So I think this is just like a window into that world, and I think it's really nice. So I kept it. Drowsy, the Drowsy AR, and the Hypno. I know Shinji Kanda actually did a Hypno, and I was thinking about getting it because it's probably not going to be very expensive because it's a normal card. But I think this Hypno is actually like quite nice. And it's a little weird to be honest. Like I think it's the story is that Drowsy is like laying on the roof of this house for some reason. I don't know what house. Yeah, but look at him just snacking away on dreams probably. And then Hypno is actually in the house. So total creeper. But yeah, I like that there's like little stories in the, you know, if you're looking at the evolution line from the same set. So this Drowsy, honestly, when I first saw this AR, I had no idea what the heck I was looking at. But it's actually Drowsy, and in like this festival scene, I think it's very interesting. Yeah, so yeah, it was a nice pickup. And then we have Krabby and Kingler, I think. Yeah, I did use this Pokemon, I think, when I was growing up as well. I clearly have an affinity for water Pokemon and fire Pokemon, actually. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I pulled this Electrode as a Pokeball. I like it because it's an Electrode with a Pokeball. Pokeball. I think I pulled two of these when I was pulling, so I wasn't super happy, but it did have a Pokeball, and in the end I thought about it, I really like it. I also got the Hisuian version of the Voltorb because it looks so cute. Voltorb always looks a little angry, and this one is just chilling and sleeping next to a tree in like a very cute art style with like I think berries or apricots next to it. I think it's like a super nice look at Voltorb, and again, not that expensive. Like I think, yeah, and it's not like nice. Beedrill, like in case you didn't tell with Gengar, like I'm scared, like not scared of Pokemon, but like I like it when Pokemon are cute and happy. Okay. All right. Yeah. So Execute again. This is just when I was still in the phase of like me wanting all the AR, but I still think it looks quite nice. I think it's like Execute next to like gym or something. I don't know, whatever. Like other balls, like a basketball or whatnot, I think is cute. I pulled this Executor, and then I saw this Executor. So, like I said, I actually got back into collecting Pokemon cards after like 20 years because of Pokemon Pocket. And I really liked the rainbow borders, and this was not too expensive. I think it was 60 Hong Kong dollars. And it was a rainbow card, and I was like, okay, I like the texture, I like the rainbow border, I'm gonna pick it up. So that's why it's here. I know technically it's not an evolution of Executor, but I think it's like nice. It's like eggs go into this tree, and then this tree grows longer. But okay, it's not how it works. Yeah, but anyways, that's a story in my head. I think this is the first time we, aside from the extras, we sort of break the Pokedex order. So Lickitung should actually technically go after Hitmonchan, but it was weird for a while because so the Cubone and Marowak was nice. I think I pulled the Marowak from like a single booster, so I guess I have a bit of attachment to it. And then I had the Hitmonchan, and Lickitung. I also got the Lickitung AR. And like I said, I originally thought I wanted all ARs. So I put it instead here in replacing it. And again, in concept, I really like the Lickitung AR because I think it's stealing ice cream or something in Slushy. But in terms, again, after I collected the physical card, I realized like the art style is pretty important as well. If not more important, obviously, because I ended up, when I compared these two cards, I actually liked this version of the like a tongue more. Um, right? Like you can sort of see this is more, I don't know, there's something about the solidity of the outline that makes me think it's cute. I don't know, it looks cuter. This is a cute scenario, but I don't want to say it's not cute, but this looks cuter to me. So I ended up going putting here it over here instead. And then I wanted these three Pokemon. So after I decided that I didn't really want this in my binder originally, I put the two of them together, I think, at the end. But I don't know. Then I decided maybe I'll get something for these three instead. So I did play gold when I was growing up, just once though, so I don't remember it very much. But I got this Tyrogue for 3 Hong Kong dollars. It was my first like older card that I got, and I liked it surprisingly very much. There's something about it. How old is it? I don't even know. 2019. Okay, so not that old, like 5 years old. But yeah, I really like this card. And then I put it in between because like Tyro can actually evolve into I think 3 different types of Pokemon. But again, I don't want to work with Hitmontop, so I'm putting it here because it hasn't decided whether it want to be Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan yet, was my thinking. So I had to move like a tongue up here. Anyways, nobody cares about the Pokedex order except me, so alright, moving on. So yeah, next we have the Coughing line. So I actually don't know how I feel about this coughing art, again, just because this is not my favorite style. If I decide to get another card, I'll probably move this out and then move Weezing over, and then I'll think about, you know, which of these cards I actually want something for. But for now it can stay. Yeah, these two. I know there's a Rhyperior. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really care for Rhyperior. Like the design wise, I've never used it, and I don't know when it came. So yeah, this was a new acquisition, as was this Chansey. So I got this Chansey originally because again I was collecting all of the ARs, but then I wanted another Chansey. I forgot what I had in here originally. I think. Yeah, I think I couldn't decide. Yeah, so I think before this Chansey was not here. So everything shifted over one, and the Horsey would be here. And I didn't like that. Like, I wanted the Horsey line in a single line instead of, like, being broken into 2 pages. So I decided I wanted an extra card in this page. And so, I don't know. I like Chansey. And this card looked really nice. Again, the illustrator here is Sao Sao. I think I mentioned her earlier, or I think it's her earlier, with the Rattata line, and it's so cute. This card is so cute. I think it's just like $5 or less. And it was my first. I think it is the only card in my collection that has the yellow borders first, and it was I think my first English card as well. But it's so cute. I love this little Squirtle watering can here, and it's just so cute. And it was my first reverse holo as well. Doesn't that look nice? I actually really like Chansey. So, ancient history that I'll never forget. When I first opened a pack of boosters, it was the base set, as it were. And I remember from my first 2 packs of cards, I pulled a Blastoise as well as a Chansey holo. Later, my older brother, would have taken it and traded it for a bunch of cards. That asshole. But I never forget. I think if I get rid of this Weezing, I might consider getting another Chansey, and it's going to be the vintage looking Chansey. I don't know if I probably won't get like an expensive base set one, like I just need the look of it, you know, so yeah, that's just something I think I would like that first version looking Chansey and that first version looking Blastoise eventually in my collection, because I still remember that. And you know, when I don't know about how it is with kids these days, but it sucks when, you know, something that was yours, that was your luck, was taken from you. And, you know, I mean, I think that happens with kids, right? I remember in the playground, there would be people that you know, older kids have a lot of power over younger kids, even if it's like 1 or 2 years. So you know, sometimes they convince kids to do things that the younger kid might regret, like trading their well-loved Pokemon cards. Okay, too much background story, doesn't really matter. Anyways, yeah, this is, yeah. Anyways, reminiscing. Okay. Yeah. So this Chansey is cute. AR. It had. I know it's apparently a favorite. I'm gonna just mute my phone for a second. Um, yeah, I know it's a favorite. It's got the Chansey and the Blissey, and then the Snorlax and like other cute Pokemon in the Pokemon Center. Um, I like it. I think it's, you know, again, a day in the life. But in terms of the illustration style, like the illustration, ugh, can't talk anymore. Illustration style itself, I don't know how I feel about the liner. I think it's cute, but it's not my favorite, right? Like the style I like is like the softer, water painted ish style. So I'll still keep it. But yeah. Okay, moving on. I pulled this Tangela, so I really like it. When I first pulled this from the booster box, I was scared. I was scared this was going to be my rarest card. Tangela's not my favorite Pokemon, but I saw it, and, you know, it's actually really, really cute. Like, it's two Tangelas playing together, and they're swinging on a tree. Okay, like, it's very cute. Very wholesome, and I like the art style for this one as well. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. This is the common card. Everyone probably has already seen it somewhere, either in real life or online. But I think, yeah, I think it's a nice card. I think it's worth taking it out and taking a look at it. I didn't pull a Kangaskhan at all in the 151 pack, and the EX version is actually not really expensive. But my concept of Kangaskhan is actually like very much like the mother kangaroo Pokemon. So I think this was a very nice common, which I, you know, actually overpaid for because I didn't know where to look for commons back when I was looking for it. I paid 10 Hong Kong dollars for it. For a common card, but I really like the art of it. I think this captures Kangaskhan for me. It's like a protective mother over the Joey, you know, in its pocket. So I quite like this art of Kangaskhan. I think Kangaskhan EX is a little too aggressive for me. I think this is a nicer art. Okay, moving on to this page. I really like this page. I originally, you know, if there has been some sort of art with either Goldeen or Seeking, I would have placed it in here because this art is clearly like my water Pokemon. Like, it's so water themed. Mr. Mime is sort of out of place here, but that's fine. I really like this row, especially. I like this one. I like these. I really like this page, actually. I think this Horsey art looks really nice. It's underwater. Horsey looks cute here. Yeah, it's like an AR that I like. And then I pulled the Seadra, and then for this Kingdra, yeah, I actually got it again. I know it's a promo, so apparently it's not that expensive. Like, I don't know, whatever, like, it's not flying in prices all over. But I actually really like the art. I like it more than the Greninja that came out sort of in like in the same time, that promo card. I know Greninja is super popular, but this Kingdra, it looks like that Japanese art, that really famous one, and I really just like it. I would have gotten it in Japanese, to be honest, because the art style is Japanese-ish. But apparently I don't think it's out yet, so yeah, I got the English version. And I like it a lot. This is actually one of my favorite cards in my collection. Yeah. So I think I pulled these two as well. And I really like the Staryu and Starmie from the 151. Again, I think their art style just looks so nice. Ooh, yeah, here we are. Yeah, I just like it. I think it goes really nice together. But because I wanted to keep them in the same line, I got this. I don't know what this Pokemon is, and I can't really read Chinese, to be honest. But I saw the Staryu here, and I was like, okay, great. Day in the life of a Staryu escaping a giant fish. Okay, so, like, perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's why I like the AR cards to begin with, to show a day in the life. So I think whatever this Pokemon is, this AR sort of fits in here. I really like these two arts of Goldeen and Seeking as well. I think it's so soft and so nice. I know it's a common card, so not worth a lot or whatever, but it's nice, right? Like if this had texture, can you imagine like with the swirl? I think it would have looked so nice. I like the soft colors of it, and then of course I think they're drawn by the same artist. Yeah, Sie Nana. No, it's a little bit dark. Let me see. Sie Nanahara? Yeah, I think that's the name of the illustrator. So the soft colors, yeah, they look really nice. So yeah, don't, think less of common cards. I guess if there's like any new collectors, I think, the art itself can look really nice. Yeah. And then we have Mr. Mime here. Mr. Mime is actually like a pretty scary Pokemon to me. I'm scared of clowns, so Mr. Mime is sort of under that category. But I sort of like it here because Mr. Mime is not very big, and it's like a it's like a weird little it's not very big in the art. The art itself looks nice, and yeah, I know it's Mr. Mime miming playing chess with himself or with other Mr. Mimes. So yeah, I think it's a nice, yeah, it's a nice AR. Okay, moving on. We have Scyther, which I didn't pull, so I got this from my girlfriend again. She pulled this from her Terrastal festival, and then, she didn't, I was like, could I have it? And she was like, yeah, of course. So yeah, pulled it in here. This Jinx, I think, is also drawn by, yeah, let me check. Yeah, Hyogonosuke. Anyways, it's the same artist, illustrator as the Cleffa. And yeah, I'm actually quite scared of Jinx for the same reason I'm quite scared of Mr. Mime. So this one looks really nice. Jinx is nice and small, and you can see her in action. But you can tell, like, with Cleffa, right? Like, it's like the Pokemon is quite small, and it works really well because it puts them... There's, like, a lonely... Or, like, you're farther away from them, but it's like a nice vibe. I don't know. I really like this. I don't know if I like all of his work, but I like these two cards. So I'll keep an eye out for this artist's work probably in the future and see if I want to collect more. Although I would prefer that if they were related to at least the 151 Pokemon. So yeah, for the reason that I am quite scared of Jinx, I am actually open to replacing this lot with some other Pokemon. I'll think about it, but I did pull this Jinx, and I haven't seen an EX Pokemon, I think, since Golem in the binder, so I decided to put Jinx here. Excuse me. Whew. So next is the Magmar and the... Oh gosh, the name escapes me. The Magmar line and his companion. I forgot what the heck he's called. Electabuzz? Yeah, I think that's it. I saw this Magby. I sort of overpaid for it. I have seen it for cheaper, but I saw it and I thought it was really cute. I bought it at the same shop that I got Cleffa from, and I thought it was a super cute baby Pokemon look. Yeah, I think it's so cute. Probably cuter than Magmar. Magmar has never been my favorite Pokemon, just for the fact that he has a flaming butt as his head. I don't know. He could be based on a real animal. I just don't know what it is. These two cards are the ones that just came in the mail today, so this is the reason why I have decided, my collection is complete, because it's here. Originally, I had 2 empty spaces here. So we have Magmortar and Electivire. Yeah, so I have the whole line now. I really like these 2 cards. Actually, I think they're super cute. And yeah, I'm going to pull them out to take a look at later. But I actually really like this Electabuzz as well. I think the art just looks so cool. It is a Pokeball reverse, but like, doesn't it look so cool? I think it looks so cool. So dynamic. The art is so dynamic, and that like lit up hand. He looks so fierce here. I've never actually put Electabuzz in my party. Even in Pocket or in Blue or whatever, in any of the Pokemon games I played, but this card looks super sick. Yeah, and I like it. So these are the 2 new cards that came in today. You can take a look at them. I think it's super cute. Like they look like they could be a pair, but they're actually illustrated by different people, so there is a slight difference. And yeah, I'm gonna start with Magmortar, just really quickly. I think this card is cute. Magmortar is like making a like fireplace, fire, I forgot, oh gosh, campfire, yes, for the two of them. And Electivire here looks so cute. He looks so happy. This is like a softer look. um yeah, it just looks so nice. I forgot if I paid $15 each for these again, like Hong Kong dollars. So again, they're totally worth it. I think the art just looks so nice. And I really like this Electivire. I actually like the Electivire more because the lines are a little bit cleaner. And I love Magmortar's expression here. I don't know if you can see, but he just looks like, what the frickety frick? Like Electivire is like, oh yeah, I'm recharged now, and Magmortar is like, you've been just struck by lightning. So I like this. I really like these two cards. I would have liked to put them side by side, but I decided this layout is what I wanted in the end. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this, I actually just changed this layout a little bit, but doesn't matter. So with Pinsir, this is Pinsir. I like him. Pinsir usually looks so fierce, but this is the, again, it's a rare Pinsir art where he's smiling. So yay. And I got Tauros, and I got the Magikarp. This Magikarp is so expensive for some reason. Probably because of Shinji Kanda. So this Magikarp actually looked really nice. I knew, like looking at it online, I knew that I really wanted this card. And I saw it for 70 Hong Kong dollars. This is the Chinese version, so it's not going to be skyrocketing anytime soon or ever. But it's so nice. And if you're collecting just for the art, I think the Chinese version, this is not a secret, the Chinese version is usually a good bet because it has the Japanese quality of printing. But it's not a texture card anyways, but I guess for the centering or whatever, it has the Japanese quality with just like different text. Although I do prefer the Japanese text, actually, because they're less complicated. I think they're hiragana or something. I don't read either language. But yeah, so anyways, one of my favorite cards for sure. I think it looks super nice. I got the Gyarados. It's a reverse holo Gyarados. It looks nice. I don't know any other art that I'd want to replace Gyarados with. Gyarados is one of the Pokemons that I always used when I was gaming. So one of my favorites. But yeah, this art is okay. It's not bad. So yeah. And then I got the Lapras. I actually just pulled this one today as well. This Lapras. And again, I got this when I thought, before I got the binder, and I was like, okay, I'm going to collect every 151 AR Pokemon. Oh, sorry. 151 Pokemon in AR that I can. So that's why I got it. But if you ask me, I actually prefer this Lapras. Like, in my head, Lapras is an elegant shell Pokemon, swimming Pokemon. This doesn't really look like the Lapras I know, this particular artwork. It's nice, but it looks a little derpier, like the Lapras in front and the Lapras behind. It's nice, but this Lapras sort of captures my concept of a Lapras a little bit more. Again, it is a excuse me, a common card, but the art is so nice. It looks so serene. Like, this is the Lapras in my head when I think about Lapras. So I decided to put both of them in. Yeah, okay, let me just stick them back in. Yeah, and then I got a bunch of Ditto cards. So all three of these are Ditto. I actually got one more Ditto, but because I just pulled this and I just put this into the binder, I actually have this Ditto as well. Some of the cards I don't know how to put, if I'm going to put them in. I put them in the back here. But this is the other Ditto that I got, which I also really like the art of. If I could replace this Jinx with a Ditto, I would, but I am sort of a little bit strict with the Pokédex. If it, it has to make sense. My Dittos are after Lapras, so I have to put Ditto here. So I have one row. I think the imitation Pokemon is cute, and then I also really like this shiny Ditto. And then when I was considering it, just in terms of texture and the illustration itself, this Ditto is really easy to see, the shiny Ditto, and also the texture is quite nice. I got this for like I think 30 Hong Kong dollars, but it's nice. I don't know if you can, not really. Ooh, but yeah, can you see the texture here? No, it looks a little funky. Here we are. Yeah, you see this? It's got the circle and the stars really pop under certain lighting as well. So I decided, you know, I like this diddle a little bit more. I will think about how to add this in, but for now it's in the back so that I can think about it when I want to build more pages. All right. Yeah, I got this from Carousel for 100 Hong Kong dollars, which is really expensive, to be honest, for the condition of that this card is in. But this is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck. I wonder if I can... Okay, I'm actually going to take this out. I gotta wipe my sweaty hands, though. Okay, here we are. This card is actually quite damaged. You can see... Yeah, you can see here, over here, at the top, that it actually has like a couple of wrinkles, I think 2. So it's definitely well used, I'll say. But I'm putting it into a binder. I'm not really grading it. I got this for 100 Hong Kong dollars. And I like it, you know. I just like the art, to be honest. It's a first edition Pikachu. I mean, so it's Ditto pretending to be a Pikachu, I think from the Holland Tower set, or in English I think it's called the Delta set, Delta species. Obviously I can't find these anymore. I am keeping an eye out open for these cards. I know they're on eBay. They're a little expensive, so I would like to just see if I can find them in my own way, in my secondhand market. Plus, I spent a lot of money on these cards, so I'm gonna take I really don't want to buy from eBay. I'd rather take it slow. But an idea that I do have is because Mr. Mime, there is a Mr. Mime version of the Ditto, and I think it's really cute. So if I were to able to get my hands on that, I'd probably move out Jinx, shift everything over, and then put Mr. Mime / Ditto Mr. Mime here. So apparently Ditto is becoming one of my favorite Pokemon, what can I say? Anyways, alright, moving on. Okay, next is my Eevee page, and I'm not, obviously with everything happening with Prismatic Evolution and Terrestrial Festival, Eevee is apparently, fan favorite. I know Umbreon is the king of expensive investment stuff, but because I have the parameter of the original 151, for now I'm just gonna stick with the original 3 evolutions. And yeah, so I actually have a couple of Eevees, but then I saw this Vaporeon in one of those box shops I was saying, and I really fell in love. I saw this in real life and I was like, oh my god, it looks so nice. I don't know if this can do it justice. I'm gonna tell you a story. There's a story with this Vaporeon. Let me see. So, oops. Destroying my binder. So you can check out my extras here, and you can check out my 2 other Eevees. I actually pulled this Eevee as a Pokeball, but for design reasons, I've decided to go with these Eevees instead. So, this was pretty expensive. This was 55 Hong Kong dollars. It is a promo. I don't know when I see it again. But when I was looking for blank cards / common cards, this came up. So this is the Chinese version, and of one of the... I don't know. Obviously, it's the same illustration. So I got this along with this Water Eevee, because the gym promo, the Japanese version with the gym promo of this was $30 for a blank, like a white card. So I didn't want to get it. I found these 2 in the same shop, like not this one, but the gym promo, like this version of the Japanese version of this card in the same shop. But together they would be like $85, and I didn't want to do that. Like I had to think about it, but then over the next couple of days, like this would not leave my mind. I thought like it looked so nice when I saw them in the shop, because obviously they're related, right? This Eevee is playing in the water, looking cute, and then this Vaporeon is like underwater, and the colors are just so good. I don't know if you can really get the sense of it in the light here. And then I saw this, and you know, when I got it, like obviously I got these two together from the same shop. But when I saw this, I was like, there's something wrong with this card. It's not, it didn't give me the same wow vibe. And when I told you, like, I saw this card in the plastic, like in the box, in the consignment box, I really, really was like, wow, this art is actually stunning. And I don't think like I felt like that since the Blastoise, I would say. The Blastoise SAR that started it all. But this card arrested me. Okay? Like stopped me in my tracks. And this card did not produce the same effect. Now I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but basically I think it's like a printing thing. There is a slight difference here. And I asked my girlfriend to take a picture when I was looking at this, because I came back to this shop the next weekend to check it out, because it couldn't get it out of my mind. And there is actually that difference. So I don't think this is a camera difference here. You can actually see that this card is a little bit more saturated, and therefore it doesn't have the same soft vibe that this Vaporeon does. Anyways, very long story about the Vaporeon is that, yeah, so I decided to get this card, and when I was looking for this card, I saw a couple of other of the gym promo EVs, and when I told you, like, Pokemon card hunting is at an all-time high at the moment. So there was a guy that came in and he took all of them as I had this Vaporeon in my hands. He took all of them. And so I was like, okay, I didn't know at the time. I didn't bring this card with me, but I didn't know. But I was like, I'm going to get this card. It is a little bit of a splurge for me, honestly. But I am going to get this card because I think there is something about it that just really arrested me, like stopped me in my tracks. This card did not produce the same effect. And when I brought it home, I was right. Like there's some, like the colors for this is just different. It is nicer. Anywho, all right, very long. What do you call it? Tangent. Pretty long tangent about the Vaporeon. Okay, moving on. So yeah, so I got these. My EVs have been changing. So I got these from the same place. These are the Chinese versions of the gym promo. So again, this is the EV running with a foot. So you can obviously tell that with her foot on fire. So you can clearly tell this EV is meant to be a Flareon, which is this one. I couldn't find the Thunder version, so then I went to one of the shops. It's all in Innspoint. This I found in Innspoint, this I found in Innspoint, but in different boxes. And then I found this Thunder Eevee. Really nice. I could not find the Jolteon, but I probably will get that like if I could get this Jolteon, like this Gym Promo Jolteon, or some version of it, whether it's a Chinese version or whatever, I probably will get it just to complete the set. But for now, like, yes, I do like this AR of Eevee as well. This has been increasing in price for some reason. So it's like, I think the 8 EVs for the 8 different evolutions. It's really nice, but I think I would, you know, if I had Jolteon here, like his evolution, I'd probably put it in there. But yeah, it's not my number one chaser. I'll just keep an eye open for it. These 3, I think this is from the original 151. I actually pulled the Vaporeon and Jolteon from the original 151 as well, but my partner pulled these from Terrestrial Festival, and I think they look nicer. Again, I think it's just like the color saturation, and also like the Jolteon in 151 looks super fierce, and I am not a huge fan. Cool Jolteon? Sure, 100%. Fierce and angry looking Jolteon? No thank you. And Vaporeon also here, this one looks nicer than the 151 one. I think he's looking at bubbles here, and it's just so cute. Like Vaporeon being cute and playful, nice. I think the 151 Vaporeon I had was also very saturated, which I didn't like. So yeah, I guess for the same reason I didn't quite like this one, right? Like the saturation, like the coloring matters. All right. Oops. So my next page is the Fossa Pokemon page. so if the Pokedex people will know that I actually cheated, and actually Porygon should be here. But again, because I have a layout going on here, I really wanted. I think it's nice. First of all, the theme of this is all of the fossils and the fossil Pokemon, and yeah, I just like it. So I decided to move Porygon over to the next page. The fossils. Dome has a Pokeball here, and then the evolutions. I got the Omanite AR because I was determined to get all the ARs for the 151 set. Um, um, yeah, but I got this as well. I think it looks nice, the sequential, because you can really see. Like, this is nice, don't get me wrong. I think Kabutops is in here as well. Like, Omanite is the name, the star of the Pokemon, but there's like 2 Kabutops here, which is nice. Would have been nice if I could also find... Oh, there's an Omanite here. Omastar here, actually. I didn't realize that. Yeah, there's an Omastar here. Yeah. It would have been nice, I think, if it had a Aerodactyl as well, but it is underwater, so, fair enough. I think these 2 are super nice as well. Again, I really like it when there's like a really easily to see sequential story, which usually happens if the evolution of a Pokemon is drawn by the same artist. So, I don't know, but this is Omanite in clear waters, and then this is Omastar in purple, slightly toxic waters. Even in ancient times, it seems like, I don't know, we're polluting the ocean. I don't know. Anyways, I like it. I think it's nice. I also think it sort of is like the Cleffa and Jinx, and the Jinx artwork where the Pokemon is relatively small, and then you can sort of get a sense of the environment, which I quite like. I think it's quite special. And we have Kabutops and Kabuto here. Sorry, Kabuto and Kabutops, I should say, which is also nice. And for this one, I think, the story is pretty, I don't know, like Kabutops in like Shadow Waters, and then Kabuto in Shadow Waters, and then Kabutops smacking out of the Shallow Waters is basically what I see. Kabutops looks really dynamic, but I think it would have been nice if he was an EX Pokemon for some reason, because look at how dynamic this is. Like, if the claws is his Scyther hands were like actually coming out of this box, I think, it would have been a perfect match. Instead we got Jinx, which is fine. Nothing wrong with Jinx. Just a little scary for me. And then we got the Aerodactyl here. Aerodactyl was also illustrated by Shinji Kanda, which is the Magikarp person. Yeah, so quite nice. It's not a Pokeball. I know I pulled this one. Otherwise I would have gotten a Pokeball variant. I think, it's nice. But I pulled it, so, it's nice when you pull the thing. Like, I don't think I'm gonna buy, like a version of a card that I sort of already have. So, all right, we're at the end. So we have Porygon, which I pulled. I think this is again the Pokeball variant, which is nice. It's funny because Porygon's in like this 2D world as well, or Minecraft looking world. Sorry, basic 3D world. It's nice. It's a nice card. I like it. I had to think a little bit about how I wanted to position these pages, mainly because I was stubborn about a couple of things. One was that I wanted these birds, these legendary birds, and the Dragonite line definitely to be in the same line, and I also wanted Mewtwo and Mew to be sort of like in this row. So I'm still thinking about what to put into these 2 pages, but anyways, moving on. So I had to think about it a little bit. Originally, I got Porygon 2 and Porygon Z as well. Let me see if I can find Porygon Z. So I got Porygon Z as well. And, fun fact, this Porygon 2 was actually illustrated by Sao Sao. So, yeah, I think Sao Sao might be one of my favorite artists. Like, I don't have strong feelings for Porygon, to be honest, as a Pokemon. All I know of it really is that it was super expensive to win in the coin slot machine in the original games. So I didn't really care for it, to be honest, but I was like, okay, I might as well get a row. So I got both cards, but then I was looking at what was available for the Porygon 2. cards, and I saw this and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like, and I think this was the card that made me really think about like, oh, like, who is this illustrator? And then I saw Sao Sao and I was like, oh, I think I've seen that name before. So I think Porygon 2 was the card that made me realize like, oh, like made me interested sort of in illustrators. Oops. Okay. All right. So this is Munchlax. So I think, okay, I got these two. So I got this when I was purchasing all the 151 ARs. The ones that were missing anyways, because I pulled Tangela and Psyduck. And then I also pulled this Snorlax from 151 in it. But I saw this on Carousel and I really liked this Snorlax. I think it looks so cute. It's illustrated by Kanahe. I think that's how you pronounce their name. And this is one of my favorite, one of my favorite cards from my collection so far. First of all, the hollow pattern is quite unique. This actually looks like the hollow pattern that I found from Pocket. So people that play Pokemon Pocket, you probably already know, like when you get that 1-star hollow, which is a little bit of a disappointment to be honest. But you know, it has that hollow pattern, which I think looks really nice. And of course, the illustration also I think is super unique and super cute. Turns out Kanahe has only illustrated 4 cards. The Snorlax being one, a Magikarp, and I think 2 Dedennes. Dedenne I'm not going to collect because not in the 151. The Magikarp also doesn't look very cute. It's really the Pikachu in the background that I think looks cute. So this card is, I really wanted it in my collection. And originally the Porygon Z was here and Munchlax was here, but again I didn't want to split up these 3, so I decided I'm going to remove Porygon Z, and it's fine. Turns out this Munchlax is also illustrated by Sao, by the way, so that's cool. I'm going to pull it really quickly just because we can all admire her handiwork together. Again, it's just that soft style, the pencil color style, color pencil. Oh gosh, I don't know, I can't think anymore. Yeah, it looks really cute. I think Munchlax looks really cute here, so I really like this card as well. And I think, yeah, one of my favorites for sure. Yeah, Snorlax. This Snorlax is quite nice. I feel like people have already probably talked about it, but I just like it when other Pokemon is sleeping on Snorlax. I think it's so cute. There's a Torchic here with 2 Pikachus, and then here there's actually a Pidgey and a Diglett. Which is quite nice. Okay, I'll just pull it quickly for you to see. Yeah, so I think in English this is like a promo with a UPC, or promo with a ETB with a Elite Trainer Box. Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, I pulled this, bought this, couldn't, yeah, so I actually overpaid for this a little bit. The price has dropped in Hong Kong, but it's still really nice. The texture is just great. I think compared to the Alakazam, which I decided not to get, that Alakazam SAR, the texture of the Zapdos card looks really nice. I don't know if you can see it. Gosh, maybe I'll pull it up, but I don't know. Is the light gonna work? Yeah, there we are. It looks so good. When I was a kid, Zapdos used to be my favorite legendary bird. And Jolteon used to be my favorite evolution, so you can tell I liked spiky things. Spiky and yellow. Who doesn't like that? But as I grew older, I sort of like the softer, fluffier things. And the elegant ones. So I ended up liking Articuno and Moltres more. 1, because I think it would be nice to have a really warm bird, and 2, because Articuno is so gosh dang elegant. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave that be. As I am recording this, I know that SV9 is coming out, the Battle Partners, or whatever it's called, Journey Together. I already know there's going to be an AR for the Articuno there, but I mean, I'll see, how much it goes for. um, in the secondhand market, but I personally think that it looks quite nice. Again, like I think as I am in my collection journey, full arts are nice, but also the actual art is very important. So I'll have to see. I think in terms of style, these two obviously have a match here. The wings are going up. This wing is sort of like, going down, and then Zapdos is like a nice in between. So I think I might just keep these birds as is. Yeah, and then the Dratini Dragonite line. Dratini and Dragonair is actually two of my favorite Pokemon. Again, they're so elegant, so cute, so beautiful. And then they become this giant fluffy Dragonite. Sorry, not fluffy. Giant, round, cute Dragonite. Which is fine, but I'll definitely say I like the design of the two early stages of this Pokemon more. But Dragonite always was, I think, a party member when I was playing Pokemon Blue. And it's cute. I like this Dragonite. When I was still thinking I wanted to collect all the full art or AR versions of the cards, I thought I was going to get the Dragonite V alt art, but it is way too expensive, so I think I am going to leave it for now. Yeah, and then obviously this was the AR card I knew I had to get. Dragonair is one of my favorite Pokemons, so it's just such a nice card, in the water, looking so peaceful and I don't know, nostalgic. I knew I had to get this card, and it was not that expensive. I think it was like $20. Looks great. Yeah, and then we're in the final stages. So Mewtwo was part of the AR. I think it looks nice. Mewtwo and Mew's actually, I know again they're like super huge fan favorites, which is fine. They're not my they're not my favorite, I guess. I pulled this Mewtwo, which is nice. This art looks really nice as well. I quite like it. This has this has the vibe of Mewtwo. Mewtwo's like a very tortured Pokemon, right? Like I think I only saw the first Pokemon movie, to be honest, or maybe first 3 Pokemon movies. Anyways, Mewtwo definitely stands out as the tragic Pokemon villain Pokemon. And I think these two capture him quite well. I thought this Mew was super cute as well, so I chose this Mew. Just sleeping, and all the other Pokemon's looking at him like he's the Lion King. I think it's cute. This is one of my favorite versions of Mew. And then I got this for $5 because I was thinking, what the heck am I going to do with these 2 spaces? So I got this for $5 again. Very cheap. I think it looks nice. I think Mew looks sort of nice here. And I have an idea of what I'm going to put for these. I would like the Bubble Mew, but honestly it's quite expensive. I have to think about it. And then also, I think there's like a tag team variant of Mew and Mewtwo, and I would like to put that in here because, I would like them teaming up and working together. I mean, this would be the Mew section. Yeah, I'll think about it. Because actually, like, Dragonite, like the Dragonite line is actually more of my favorite. Like, I like this line of Pokemon more than this line of Pokemon, but it's just so much easier to find Mew and Mewtwo cards. So, yeah. So I still have like a lot of pages left. There is stuff in the back that I've pulled or been gifted that I thought could fit into my collection at some point. These 2 I pulled, they're not going in. I'm not really a trainers person. But yeah, I think, for now, I'm thinking about how I want to go with my collection. But I've talked for a while. Gosh, yeah. So thank you for listening. If you listened all the way about my nerdy Pokemon card collecting journey. If I can talk about future plans, I've spent a lot of money. I need to calm down, calm down. But I will be keeping an eye out for the cards I mentioned. I will also be keeping out, because I have a couple more pages left in this binder. I think I'm gonna keep an eye out for like this set of Pokemon, the Ditto, Fake Ditto. I think I am thinking also about like collecting more Pikachus and Raichus, just because this line, like Pikachu is like has the most amount of cards because he is the mascot Pokemon, or it is the mascot Pokemon. So I think Pikachu definitely could have a whole page for it, like my favorite, so let's say the Ditto page, like a Pikachu page, maybe an evolution page, to be honest. Like, I mean, Eevee has just, like, when there's like a lot of potential to collect the Pokemon, I think, that's one way. I really like Ninetales and Vulpix, as I mentioned, so I might collect them. I like Growlithe and Arcanine as well. I might collect them. Fear to collect. I'll probably be looking into vintage. Yeah, I don't know. And then I quite like Ponyta and Rapidash, but I don't remember seeing like a lot of art that I particularly liked, at least on the app, on the Dex app. But yeah, I think, so yeah, I think that is my next step. Pikachu, Evolution, the Ditto collection. I might do more with Dratini and Dragonite and Dragonair. I really like this Pokemon as well. And then I know that there's a couple more legendary birds that might be collected. But they're all quite expensive. Like in terms of these three, I don't really want to go into Ho-Oh and Lugia and more. So yeah, that's what's on my mind. Anyway, thank you for listening to my long ramble about Pokemon cards. Yeah, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to a random person ramble about Pokemon cards on the internet. Peace.